What is up, everybody? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video of mine. Today we are going to talk about why it is not enough to be vegan anymore, okay? 2 crucial reasons I have for you as to why it's no longer enough in 2021 to be vegan, okay? But first, man, subscribe if you like the vibe. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let's get into the video, okay? So, the first reason as to why it's not enough to be vegan, which, by the way, if you are vegan, okay, you're way ahead of the game, okay? There are still people who are eating dead flesh, okay? There are still people who are eating mucus-causing secretions of animals, okay? So pat yourself on the back if you are vegan, okay? Because, you know what, and this is not about shaming anyone. We're not shaming anyone, okay? It's all about sharing information, learning, and growing together, okay? But at the same time, everybody does have their own choices. Everybody gets to make their own decisions, okay? And for those of us who want to, shine as high vibrational beings, okay, I think a lot of us are starting to understand that what we put in our body has a big effect on how well our walking, talking pyramid, our temple, our body works, okay? So the first reason as to why being vegan is no longer enough in 2021 is the fact that vegan does not equal healthy, okay? Healthy, such a cringy word, okay? Nobody even knows what healthy means anymore. But essentially, vegan does not equal healthy, okay? There are a lot of things, a grand spectrum of things that are labeled as vegan and that are vegan that are not healthy, okay? Just a few that come to the top of my mind are like Oreos, okay? I remember when I first went vegan, I was so excited that Oreos were vegan. Man, I literally would eat a whole thing of Oreos. Yes, I'm just being transparent with you guys. I'm telling you, I used to eat a whole thing of Oreos, a whole container of Oreos, just by myself. Sickly, okay? And I used to think that that was okay, right? But because it was vegan, right? And the fact of the matter is, I mean, not all vegans are gonna do that. That was just something that I did. But the point that I'm trying to make is that just because something is vegan does not mean that it's healthy, okay? Just because something has green packaging and has the letter V on it does not mean that it's healthy, okay? There are chemicals that are considered to be vegan. Chemicals are not healthy. In fact, chemicals are one of the worst things you can put into your body. And in the year 2021, so much of our food is processed and laden with chemicals that it's not even funny. Okay, it's actually just quite despicable, okay? The puppet masters, they don't want you to look at the ingredients list. They don't want you to look on the back of the vegan food. They just want you to see green packaging, they want you to see that it's labeled vegan, and they don't want you to question any further. They said, stop right there, okay? Buy our product and don't read the back, okay? They don't want you to know what true health really is, right? They want you to continue to eat the chemicals because they know that people who go vegan in the sense of people who go vegan and actually eat fruits and vegetables, okay? They're on their path to getting healthy. They're on their path to no longer being sick or no longer having disease, and that costs the puppet masters a lot of money. They don't like that. They don't like money flowing out of their pockets. They're greedy. They want all the money, right? So they are trying to trick you. That's why they hire multi-million-dollar marketing teams to make these packaging and to, write really small letters, the ingredients on the back, because they don't want you to know just how unhealthy some of their vegan food is, okay? And essentially, there's a long list. There's a long list of things that are not healthy. Should we name them all? Okay. One of the main things that I want to talk about though is, vegan meat replacements. Okay. Or even vegan milk replacements. Okay. Trying to replace the old way of living with substitutes, with vegan substitutes. Okay. And I'm not big on that. I might occasionally make a meal at home that is, resembling an old-fashioned, carnivorous meal, right? Like spaghetti and walnut balls or something like that. I might do something like that from time to time. But in reality, I want to encourage us, especially those of us who are already vegan, I want to encourage us to break out of these old patterns of thinking of what food should look like and how food should be and what a plate looks like, right? The plate that we were all taught, which is designed off their little pyramid, a whole nother sham, man, I'm telling you. And a big part of this is getting away from vegan meat replacements and milk replacements, okay? Don't get it twisted. I love me some walnut milk, okay? And I don't know what else to call it. What are we gonna call it? Walnut elixir? I don't know. We can still call it walnut milk. But when we go to the grocery store, okay? And we are searching, we are looking for, vegan replacements for old-fashioned foods, okay? That's where they're gonna get us. That's where they're gonna get us, okay? And the big reason why is because a lot of these, vegan replacements are just as bad, if not worse, than the original product, right? So it's like, for example, let's just do like Beyond Burgers, okay? Beyond Burgers, if you look at the ingredients in a Beyond Burger, you will be appalled, okay? Especially if you're alkaline. If you know anything about the alkaline, you look, as an alkaline woman, I look at the ingredients on a Beyond Burger and I'm appalled. Not a single ingredient in there is healthy, okay? Especially if we're going off of alkalinity, which I always am, okay? So there's not a single alkaline ingredient in a Beyond Burger ingredients list, okay? And so the fact of the matter is that they are purposely putting in these chemicals, they are purposely using soy, they are purposely adding chemicals. Did I already say that? They purposely add all of these ingredients that are not healthy, okay? For a reason, because they don't want you to get healthy. The reason why they started having people eat meat was so that we could be sick. Okay, this was, yes, it goes that far back. Do not be, yes, I'm sure you're surprised. I was surprised to learn once upon a time too. This is the 1,000-year plan, okay? This goes back generations, your mommy, your daddy, your grandpappy. It goes back really far. The reason why they started having us eating meat in the first place was to make us sick. Okay, so they don't want people to go vegan and to no longer be sick anymore. So that's why they put all of these ingredients, as they think, this is what they think. They think if they can trick your mind into eating something that you were used to eating, right? At one point in time, most of us vegans were not raised that way. So once upon a time, we were eating meat, we were drinking milk and things like that. They think that if they can trick our mind into thinking that this looks like a regular burger. This looks like the burgers that we're used to eating. So therefore, and then on top of that, they put green packaging and they tell us that it's healthy, right? And they think that by doing that we're just gonna not question them. And you know what? A lot of us don't, okay? For many years, I didn't question it either, right? So I'm never judging you, I'm only loving you, okay? But I am letting you know that, as an example, vegan meat replacements or vegan dairy replacements are almost always not healthy, okay? The only way to really guarantee that something is healthy is if it's alkaline and you made it at home. That's a fact, okay? So moving on to the next reason, okay, is that being vegan does not mean that it's natural. Okay, I think that's a big misconception because a lot of us think that we're still living in a natural world, right? We see grass, we see trees, we see flowers, right? We see things that appear to be natural when in reality we're living in a synthetic world, okay? And so when it comes to being vegan, okay, there's a whole lot of fruits and vegetables. Let's say that you're the type of vegan, you don't even eat like packaged processed foods. You don't even go for the Beyond Burgers and the meat replacements and what have you. You're on like more of a Whole Foods type of vegan journey, right? So you're eating like rice or tofu, which is a plant, right? I'll come back to those air quotes in a second, okay? You might be on like more of a Whole Foods vegan journey, but the fact of the matter is that so many, because this is, like I said, it's a 1,000-year plan, probably even farther than 1,000 years back. There has been fruits and vegetables in our mainstream society for long periods of time that are not natural, okay? And I think that's the assumption, which is that if it's not, that if it's not meat and it's not dairy, what does that leave? Fruits, vegetables, and grains, right? Well, that must be natural, right? A lot of us aren't thinking this deeply into it, okay? But even the ones who do think that deeply into it, they've found a way to bamboozle us further, right? Because the fact of the matter is that when you walk into the grocery store, the majority of the fruits and vegetables are no longer natural. The grains are no longer natural, okay? You go buy some wheat thins. Actually, I don't even think wheat thins are vegan. What am I thinking of? Triscuits. You go buy some Triscuits. Okay, they have relatively few ingredients. I think they have like 4 or 5 ingredients last time I checked on the box. But the wheat that they're using is super GMO. Okay, so that's not a natural product. They have genetically modified wheat to no longer be in its natural state, okay? So the majority of wheat products in 2021, okay, are no longer natural. The fruits and the vegetables, just a couple off the top of my head. First of all, anything seedless, if it does not have seeds, or if it has extremely small seeds that are barely there, okay, that is a good indication to you that is a hybridized and or genetically modified fruit or vegetable, okay, which means it's not natural, which means it's not healthy, okay? So just a couple off the top of my head are like carrots, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, traditional bananas, okay, the Cavendish bananas, the majority of the bananas that we see at the store, the ones that all look the same. Yeah, and not only are those not natural, but they spray them with chemicals so that they ripen faster, okay? And, well, anyways, let's stick to one thing at a time, okay? So the fact of the matter is that there are so many fruits and vegetables that we never even thought. But the fact is that they're not natural. Potatoes are so far, once upon a time, potatoes were natural when you go back really, really far. But unfortunately, there's no such thing as natural potatoes anymore, especially not in the United States. So if you live in the United States, there's not a single potato that you can find that is a natural potato. In fact, they're mostly starch, and starch is a man-made chemical, okay? And that's actually how we make hybridized vegetables, okay? So when we take two natural plants and we splice them at the root and we use starch to glue them together and plant it in the ground to make a new plant, okay, that's what we call a hybridized plant. And the majority, so for example, broccoli is hybridized, okay? Brussels sprouts are hybridized, okay? So that means, if you go back far enough in the genome of those plants, eventually you could find a natural-ish version, okay? But you're gonna be hard-pressed to do so, okay? So the solution then is to just stay away from anything fake, okay? Stay away from anything artificial. If you want to truly be healthy, okay, then I highly encourage you to go alkaline vegan, okay? So if you're already vegan, this is just the next step up. This is just the next part of your evolution for your health journey, okay, is to go alkaline. And it might seem like a big challenge at first, but hey, you know what? That's why I'm here. That's why I'm making these videos for you guys, okay, to teach you what I wish somebody would have taught me back when nobody was doing alkaline and I was the only one in the world, it felt like. I'm sure I wasn't the only one in the world, but it sure felt like that because I didn't know anyone in real life who was willing to talk about these things, and there dang sure wasn't anyone on YouTube laying it all out easy for me, right? So there you have it. Those are the two main reasons, okay? So just to recap, just because it's vegan does not mean it's healthy. Okay, and the way to be healthy is to be natural. And unfortunately, in 2021, in this artificial world that we're living in, vegan does not mean natural either. Okay, fruits and vegetables does not mean natural. Okay, we need to be proactive. We need to be going out of our way to try to find natural foods. Okay, so I highly encourage everyone and anyone, and especially if you're already vegan, I highly encourage you to look into Dr. Sebi, who is the wonderful biochemist who brought us the alkaline vegan lifestyle. Okay, I cannot recommend it anymore, okay? Especially if you are a light worker, if you are any type of divine being and you plan on taking your three-dimensional body to the 5D as the earth continues to ascend, okay? And we're coming up on a point of no return here really soon, okay? So I highly encourage you, anyone and everyone, but especially if you're already vegan and especially if you're a light worker or a divine being of any kind, I highly encourage you to look into Dr. Sebi and the alkaline vegan lifestyle, okay? It is so, so important, okay? So that we can actually start to be healthier versions of ourselves and we can return back to nature, okay? We are natural beings in natural meat sacks, okay? Which means it is extremely important that we are getting natural minerals and natural foods and natural sources of energy that were grown in natural soil with natural water and natural sunlight, okay? Not in a laboratory somewhere with some fake soil and artificial lights, okay? That's not what we need. That's not what we need, all right? So I could just go on and on and on. So if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much, man. Hit the subscribe button if you like the vibe, okay? And also hit the like button if you want to show your girls some reciprocal love. I would very much appreciate that. I hope that this video encouraged at least one person to take a better look at what they're putting into their body. I hope this encouraged a whole nother person to go vegan, and I hope this encouraged a whole third person to go from vegan to alkaline vegan, okay? Thank you so much for watching this. Remember, I'm never judging you. I'm only loving you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Love you. Bye.